So my name is Maggie Bain and I've been with RMR for, I worked out about 2.5 years now. So I'm here in Edinburgh. Decades and decades. I've been nursing for over 30 years. So I qualified in 1981. Well, actually, over my career, I've done many different specialties. So I'm a trained, obviously, general nurse and midwife, but also trained in intensive care. So the core of my work has been over 15 years of intensive care. But with RMR, I do all forms of general nursing. So probably with all my range of experience between surgical and medical. So jack of all trades. My little chats with people and building up the relationships with my patients, but also with the people that I work with. And I'm fascinated with where people come from and how they chose their own careers and just their lives in general. No, never worked with an agency before. But long story, coming back from working abroad for many years and came back to the UK and realised that I'd have to start at the bottom of the rung with the NHS, and that didn't sit too well with me. So after a while, I joined RMR, and that's completely different. Things improved from there. Yes. I found that being single and being able to move easily, they offered me here a position in Jersey, in the Channel Islands. There's a connection with the hospital there, Jersey General Hospital. And so having been living on an island for many years before, I knew what living on an island would be. So that as well, relocating, but they throw in the airfares, you get free accommodation, and I thought, well, let me see how this works out. And it worked out beautifully because the accommodation was right 2 minutes away from the wards. So there was no commute. So at the end of a shift, a long 12, 13-hour shift, the idea of having a shower in 5 minutes and being able to go to sleep is very attractive, and it worked out very well for me. Definitely you've got to be a quick learner, because when you go to different wards, you've got to get the feel of the layout of the place. You've got to click in very quickly with the running of the wards. So you've got to be quick-minded and you've got to be extremely flexible. The key too is building the relationship with the people in the office here. That's the key. So they get to know you and you get to know them, and so there's a mutual interest that develops there. So it's building the relationships with the people in the office, really, because they're the ones that provide the work. So I've been self-employed in the past myself, doing something outside nursing. And so I love having that sense of choosing my own path for my life and having some control over things. So the beauty for me with agency nursing is that you have a sense of that. If I don't want to work between certain dates and if I want to have a month over Christmas and New Year off, I can. I don't have to fit in with wards, holidays and time off or restrictions. But at the same time, the agency finds the work. So I don't have to go out trying to source the work myself. It's there for me. And that to me, I think, is just a beautiful blend of being self-employed and working for somebody. Well, I'm a great traveler. So, as I said, I worked abroad. I lived abroad. My family are there. My children are in the Bahamas. So I love traveling. So that is a big source of sightseeing, seeing the world. As I said, meeting people from all over is very interesting for me. Well, as I said, I lived in the Bahamas, so it's all about partying outdoors, dancing under the stars. So any form of reggae will get me up on the dance floor. Bob Marley.